News at 4 o'clock. ABC 10 News at 5 starts right now.
California announced changes to its June 15th mask mandate, how the rules will affect everyone, whether they're vaccinated or not. Plus, the pandemic sparked its fair share of debates over lockdowns. We take an in-depth look at a new report that shows how lockdown states like California did better economically than looser states like Florida.
And new technology is helping us fight wildfires before they even start. The product applied to fire-prone areas that could save homes from going up in flames.
ABC 10 News at 5 starts now.
The worst of it is behind us. Let's, try work our way back into, what we consider normal.
San Diego County is now in the yellow tier, meaning business can expand capacity limits. Good evening. I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Lindsay Pena. The move comes less than a week before California is slated to fully reopen on June 15th. As ABC 10 News reporter John Horn shows us, preparations are ramping up.
Live music, interacting with people, it's been over a year.
Josh Whittemore says those are the things he's looking forward to the most about the return to normalcy.
In 1 week, exactly, so I can't wait for that day.
Neither can business owners like Scott Yang, who has dealt with a revolving door of shutdown orders, capacity restrictions, and applying for rounds of government loans to survive.
We want to try to get back to pre-COVID. We want people to know that, hey, the worst of it is behind us. Let's, try work our way back into, what we consider normal.
Yang owns the holding company on OB's Newport Avenue, a 3-level bar and restaurant with a concert stage on the ground floor. Live performances will start on that stage June 15th. The lineup through October includes the Yin Yang Twins and Montel Jordan. Tickets went on sale last week and already 780 have sold.
I think everybody's excited for music. It's one of those things, like when we're happy, we listen to music. When we're sad, we listen to music, and music really is what brings us all together and allows us to share an experience on a greater level.
The holding company has the capacity for 450 concert goers, but is limiting attendance to about 300 so people can still have their own space to rock out. John Horn, ABC 10 News.
And late this afternoon, California announced more details on what its mask mandate will look like after the June 15th reopening. ABC 10 News reporter Adam Rakusin is in the live center with a look at what we can expect. Adam.
Yeah, Lindsay, I'm guessing a lot of people are looking forward to next week, but it's not just going to be a June 15th. The mask mandate is over. There are going to be conditions even if you are vaccinated. Let's start with the kids. So teachers and students are still going to need to wear their masks when they're indoors. However, they don't have to wear masks while outdoors, like on a playground. This is also going to apply to childcare. Masks are also going to be required in indoor workplaces, prisons, and homeless shelters, hospitals, and at the happiest place on earth, Disneyland. As far as when you're out shopping, businesses can allow customers to self-attest that they're vaccinated and go in without a mask or implement a vaccine verification system. They can also require customers to keep wearing masks regardless of whether they're vaccinated. So there are some things going on today, and Dr. Galley did say that unvaccinated Californians will still have to wear masks at all indoor public settings like stores and restaurants. So either way, it's still going to be a good idea to keep a mask in your back pocket. Lindsay?
All right, thanks, Adam. And right now, Cal OSHA is meeting to reconsider workplace rules regarding COVID-19. A special meeting was called yesterday after the board was sent a letter from the state health officer. The letter talks about the state's plan to do away with most masking and social distancing requirements for fully vaccinated people next week. Yet the current Cal OSHA policy conflicts with that. Cal OSHA is allowing workers to take off their masks only if everyone in the room is fully vaccinated. This meeting could potentially withdraw or change those rules.
San Diego County will spend some of its federal COVID-19 relief money to help the homeless. ABC 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala has a breakdown of the costs.
Now that less people are testing positive for COVID-19, Bob McElroy, president of the Alpha Project, hopes to get more homeless San Diegans in shelters soon.
Thank God we're coming out of it now. We haven't had any positives at either one of our shelters, Bridge 1 and Bridge 2. So it looks like God willing, in the next week, we'll be able to actually add more beds to these facilities.
It's been a rough year for those experiencing homelessness during the COVID-19 pandemic.
It's a challenge not only in the convention center, but certainly on the streets.
After an hours-long meeting Tuesday, the County Board of Supervisors approved a plan on how to spend the nearly $650 million from the American Rescue Plan Act. About $85 million will be set aside for homeless assistance programs. Some of that funding will be used to create countywide programs to help people overcome addiction, something McElroy says is desperately needed.
The numbers of people that are dying with fentanyl overdoses just skyrocketed. We've got to have more resources for those people who are trying to get out of their addiction, put the needle away, put the bottle away, and get back into recovery.
$70 million of the $85 million will be used for housing, shelters, new facilities, and wraparound services. $10 million will go to housing vouchers and local rent subsidy programs, and $5 million will be used specifically for LGBTQ housing and services.
Yeah, there's more people on the streets today than there were in the last few months. I'm seeing the population go up, and we're trying to figure out why that is.
Mimi Alcala, ABC 10 News.
About half of the federal money will go to covering costs related to the pandemic and COVID response, as well as any future pandemic-related expenses.
Throughout the pandemic, there's been a long simmering debate. Should you shut down to protect health or stay open to protect the economy? ABC 10 News anchor Derek Stahl is going in depth on new data out of UCLA that's answering that question, and the results are surprising.
California and Florida are case studies in how to handle the pandemic differently. Over the last 6 months, California has had more stringent mask policies and business restrictions, something Florida's governor likes to emphasize.
Look, if you look around the country, we're a free state. Many of these states are not free states, unfortunately.
But when you look at the two states' economies by gross domestic product, California did better in 2020. And UCLA economist Jerry Nicholsberg says that pattern played out across the country.
The restrictions, the states that had more stringent interventions had better health outcomes and better economic outcomes.
He says every state lost GDP in 2020. The question is how much. Nicholsberg looked at states with populations of at least 5 million, assessed their pandemic policies using a score created by Oxford University, and compared their decline in GDP. He found Washington state's economy did the best, despite stringent pandemic rules. California's economy ranked 8th, ahead of states that opened up fast, like Florida, Indiana, and Texas. And it wasn't just in the United States. He says the same thing happened in Scandinavian countries like Sweden, Denmark, and Norway. Stricter policies yielded better infection rates and better economic results in 2020.
There's also research that suggests that that's what happened in the 1918 influenza pandemic. So this is not a fluke.
To be sure, he says certain sectors like restaurants and bars did better in states like Florida than strict states like California. That's one reason Florida's unemployment rate is lower than California's. But Nicholsberg says this is about comparing the overall economic picture. And he says, broadly speaking, keeping people healthy is good for business.
With more people are ill, absenteeism is higher, economic output is less.
And as things begin to open up, UCLA's Anderson forecast predicts California's economy will bounce back faster than the national average. Derek Stahl, ABC 10 News.
There were two notable exceptions in the UCLA study. Michigan and New York had strict pandemic policies and decent infection rates, but their economies got hit the hardest. Experts suspect there were some unique factors at play, and we have broken them down on 10news.com. And you can keep track of any developments surrounding the pandemic by downloading our free mobile app. Just go to the App Store and search 10 News.
We're checking on breaking news now. We've been monitoring this for a little over an hour. Heavy smoke still rising from Camp Pendleton as its fire department tackles a 1,000-acre fire on base. It's forcing mandatory evacuations in areas on the base such as the Lake O'Neill Campground and Wounded Warrior Battalion. A few hours before this fire, North County Fire tweeted that Camp Pendleton was hosting fire school today, but neither agency has said if this fire is related. We will continue to monitor the situation. We'll update you as things change. Coronado police say they're stepping up patrols after two suspicious incidents involving strangers approaching teenagers. Over the weekend, a 16-year-old girl was approached by a man in the 400 block of D Avenue. Police say he grabbed her by the arm, but she managed to break free and run home. Tuesday, police say a 14-year-old boy was walking home from school near the 300 block of H and I Avenues when he was stopped by a man in a black SUV. They say the man asked the teenage boy if he needed a ride to the base, and when the teenager said no, the driver took off. At this point, investigators don't believe that these two incidents are connected. Patients at a Rancho Penasquitos dental office are grateful for COVID-19 safety measures. That's after an SUV plowed into the waiting room. It happened this morning in a shopping center along Black Mountain Road. The dentist tells us an elderly couple was in the car when it came crashing through the wall. The waiting room was empty because of the COVID safety measures they have in place. Instead of patients in the waiting room, they were waiting in their cars. The couple in the SUV were visibly shaken.
The driver and the passenger were in shock. We immediately treated them to make sure that they were safe. There was no, visible injuries. We kept them stable until the paramedics were able to arrive.
No one in the office was hurt. It's not clear exactly how the driver lost control of the car. And a Marine Corps general has been relieved of his duties after last summer's deadly training accident off San Clemente. 8 Marines and a sailor died when their amphibious assault vehicle went down in the water nearly 400 feet deep. The Marine Corps says Major General Robert Castelvee was relieved because he failed to properly train and evaluate the platoon before the accident. The Marine Corps previously suspended Castelvee in April from his duties as Inspector General.
President Biden is in England, kicking off his first overseas trip as president. ABC's Karen Travers has more on his high-stakes meetings and why the White House calls Biden's upcoming plans to confront Russian President Vladimir Putin vital.
President Biden arrived in the UK to kick off his first overseas trip. First up, remarks to U.S. service members at RAF Mildenhall.
To all you airmen and soldiers, I want to say thank you. We owe you. We're so damn proud of you.
After decades of representing American foreign policy abroad as a senator and as vice president, Mr. Biden now sits down with world leaders as their equal. White House officials say the president aims to turn the page from the Trump administration, making his case that America is once again a global leader and reaffirming relationships with key allies.
We're going to make it clear that the United States is back and democracies of the world are standing together.
Here in the UK, the president will meet one-on-one with British Prime Minister Boris Johnson and pay a visit to Queen Elizabeth at Windsor Castle. In between is the G7 summit, the first major in-person gathering of world leaders since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. Beating the virus will be a key issue on the agenda. According to a person familiar with the plan, the president will buy 500 million doses from Pfizer to provide to COVAX, the global vaccine program. Next, the president travels to Brussels, where he'll reaffirm the U.S. commitment to the NATO military alliance. But it's the final stop that is perhaps the most high stakes, a face-to-face meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin. The White House says President Biden will pressure Putin on recent cyber attacks, Russia's election interference, and human rights violations.
And then to meet with Mr. Putin to let him know what I want him to know.
The White House calling the Putin meeting a vital part of defending America's interests and values. Karen Travers, ABC News, Cornwall, England.